What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll continue with our North Node, South Node series, also known as Rahu and Ketu. Today, we'll be discussing North Node of Rahu in the 6th house, Ketu or the South Node in the 12th house. So, what's Rahu? Rahu is the thing that we're here to evolve to, the energy that we truly need to embody, the archetype, that we are to become. I like to think of it as a secondary ascendant, even a secondary sun. The South Node shows where we've been, lessons we've learned already, areas of ease and comfort, okay? The 6th house. 6th house is the original house of Virgo. It's about service. It's about self-improvement, the day-to-day routines. It's the house of enemies, health, okay? The 12th house, the house of spirituality, isolation, quote-unquote self-undoing, karma, things not of this world, okay? Foreign countries, all of that good stuff. So let's get into it. When Rahu or the North Node gets into the 6th house, this indicates a very, very busy incarnation for yourself. You're here to work. And I can't stress this enough. Keep in mind the natural order of the zodiac. Okay? We are leaving, it's one big story. And Virgo or the 6th house, this is a transitioning house or energy, right? We've just come from the 5th house of fun, a romance, of expressing ourselves, right? And now we're here in the 6th house where it's time to clean up the mess that we made, right? You're going from being served to being the server. So the first thing you need to know here with this, unless it would indicate, something else, which I doubt it necessarily would, but you're here to become humbled, okay? So, of course, we know within every house, we're going to look at the depositor of that sign, what it's doing, what aspects it's making, as well as, the planet within the house. But more times than not, you're here to be humbled, and we will look at the chart to see in what ways are you here to be humbled, right? So this axis is very important. But I like to, in this position, look, okay, how does this person feel themselves? So where's Leo in their chart, and what does their 5th house look like, right? And if there's action in the 5th house, that's cool, right? And if there's action in Leo, this is really where you need to be humble, okay? So it's like I told you, it's like a puzzle. You want to put it all together. Let's give an example. So if your 6th house, matter of fact, let's use Leo rising as an example, because Leo rising, the 6th house of Leo is Capricorn, right? So on a day-to-day basis, it's very much so about being disciplined, about being organized, working probably with older people, or working in a materialistic kind of environment. And not you're in the same capacity for a Leo rising, you'll be bringing your Leo here, right? But you will be bringing it here with an understanding that I know I'm divine, okay? This is how I interact with the world, but me feeling divine is probably going to gain me more enemies than not. So an adjustment needs to be made here, okay? And that's what the 6th house is. It's a house of self-improvement, but adjustments, okay? Yeah, you guys already know, I'm not like a fatalistic astrologer or whatever, but I keep it real. When your North Node's in the 6th house, you're going to probably deal with some shit in life, okay? Regarding your health, regarding, enemies, people just not being too fond of you. And this, like I said, this is occurring in order to humble you, not to defeat you, because we always want to defeat our enemies, but you, in a way, you kind of want to win your enemies over, right? If your 6th house was in Sagittarius and you have a well-placed Jupiter, you can do this through your wisdom, okay? Through your teaching, your ability to just be jovial, right? So keep that in mind. But like I said, you are here to adjust to the flow. Like the 6th house is everyday life, and you know, life isn't always sweet. So some issues are gonna occur here. Now, regarding to your health, right? Regarding to, you know, your upbringing, feeling like you needed to fight for everything. So people with this position often just feel a little bit beat down by life, okay? But this is to help you understand the ebb and flow of life. You can really perfect things with this position. So that's the next thing, really speaking, that you should seek to do with the North Node here, is to perfect your routine. Develop the correct routines, you know, that lead to progress, okay, and, you know, self-improvement. So like I said, for me, I like to see where Leo is in their chart, and, you know, what's happening in their fifth house, because that's kind of the things that's going to distract you from the real mission of the 6th house, which is humbling yourself and kind of becoming, you know, a servant. So, you know, just to break it down into element, if your 6th house isn't Earth, it's really going to be about being grounded, working extra hard towards, you know, the things that you want, and you'll find comfort in that. For the fire signs, day to day, you know, this is really about staying physically fit, being active, you know, making life an adventure, right? Setting yourself up in positions where you can be, where that energy can be stimulated. If it's air, it's about, you know, working with others, and, you know, developing your ideas on a day-to-day basis, you know, coming up with, you know, creative ways to move up, like within your job and things like that. All right. And if it's water, this is, you know, this is where it's important to keep your mental straight, right? Because, man, the water signs have a difficult time in this house. These are natural escapists. You know, just it's tough, and I'm very understanding of it. You know, for, you know, my Gemini risings out there, and, you know, people who have you know, Pisces on the 6th and Cancer on the 6th. But Cancer on the 6th really speaks to like that South Node, which I'm gonna get into. So yeah, for, like I said, with the water signs, you got to find ways to refresh yourself, right? Clear energy. And I'm about to connect it right now, all right? So boom, North Node is in the 6th house. So we're about to finish this up. Just to be really grounded, right? The point is to be really grounded in reality. However, you have the South Node in the 12th house, which means in previous lives you were very isolated. You could have dove into, you know, spirituality. You could have been a natural escapist, okay? So we also want to pay attention to, you know, the condition of our 12th house, you know, how Ketu or the South Node feels here, because it's a link, right? I think everybody, the more you go into spirituality, you realize, yo, like, spirituality is linked with health, you know, positive mind, positive, you know, spirit, positive health, okay? And in this axis, we see that. So Ketu here can create a lot of worry or a lot of, you know, doubt, a dwelling on those past lives things, especially if there was trauma there, and there most likely was. So, man, like I said, the point here is to become really grounded in reality, but you're gonna naturally love the things of the 12th house and that need to escape. So, like I said, when I noticed that when Cancer is here on the cusp, and Capricorn is in the 12th, we feel that spiritual duty a lot more, which is really the point here. It is to become some type of martyr, come some type of humanitarian with this position. You're, like I said, you're dedicated to service. You're giving back now. Okay? So these are the people who, if you have that 12th house influence as far as personal planets, you can easily, along with your South Node, you can easily, have one of those 12th house jobs, working a night shift, and then linking it with the 6th house. This is great for the medical field. Okay, so really want to pay attention to the energies that we have here, because whatever energies we have overall is going to be supporting our 6th house purpose, right? So if there's a lot of, right, a good example for, say there is a good amount of Leo energy within the chart, and then like the 6th house is in fire or something like that, or air, this could denote like coaching, right? Coaching the youth, finding glory through others, humbling and stuff. It's not about me, it's about my players, right? So that's really what the 6th house is about. Okay? Like I said, you'll find that you'll make enemies, but it's the understanding of how to handle your enemies, right? How to win them over. And really how you win them over is through perfection, perfecting of, your own self, your own routines, making those enemies need you. Okay, this is a deeper wisdom here. So for those with this position, I really, really encourage you to dive into spirituality, because your spiritual background, right, your karmic backlog is what's going to empower your service. Okay, the understanding of that. So the more you become grounded in the spiritual sense, the more it's going to help your 6th house, okay, as far as health and, just being grounded. Because you want to escape, but you have to find a way where you can feel that euphoria in a sober sense, or in a grounded state of mind. It's really an interesting one. All right. So guys, this is my interpretation of North Node or Rahu in the 6th house, South Node or Ketu in the 12th. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to comment. If you need a reading, email me. Until next time, peace.